These lines you will understand when you when we do the practical thing, because all what I explained is totally technical. When you go through the practical, then you will understand each and every line very clearly. Okay. Hello.
Yes, yes,
Yeah, I'm
Anish.
audible, right? Yeah. And the next one is routes and targets. Okay. This will learn directly in the application. Okay. Now I log into my BTP trial account, cockpit dot hana sorry cockpit dot hana trial on demand.com. Okay.
Sorry, I have one question.
Yeah, you're very low, your voice is very low.
Even now,
Yeah, now it is clear. Ask, tell me.
so to set up a global account in the BTP, usually how much time take?
It won't take much time.
5 10 minutes.
Why you are not able to create it?
No, it's not about creation. I just want to, when I explore the trial account, global account, sub account.
Hmm.
So I just want to understand to set up a global account. Usually, how much time take? Because I never tried that option. I don't have that exposure so far. That's why.
Global account, see, global account gets automatically created. The thing that you need to do is when you open the trial account, this trial account is also automatically gets created. You need to use the sub account. Okay. This is like you
So
are again a virtual
when you're
space.
using customer,
Whatever you want to do, you can do it on the sub account only, because it's suppose if you have more than two sub accounts, uh, it's treated like this is the development system, and if you have the one more sub account, you can treat it as a quality system. Like this is the main area. You don't need to touch anything in the global account. Okay.
correct. That is belongs to trial account. When you are
Yeah.
in the customer
See,
customers
that name
dashboard,
is a trial. It's not like it's a trial sub account. The name itself is a trial. They have just created one sub account for us automatically. The name itself is a trial. It's not like you already have this trial means it's a trial. No, it's not like that. The name is a trial. But
okay,
anyway, you are
okay,
using the
okay.
trial account. That's again a different thing. But here it's not like it's a trial sub account. It's the name is trial. Okay. If you want to
So
do, you can delete and you can create your own name. Okay.
okay, okay. So the name is misleading. Okay,
Hmm.
okay.
It automatically gets created when you create the account for the first time. You can see you if you want to explore all these things, there are many tutorials, many blogs available. If you type about what is the overview, you will get many blogs and you will understand. Okay.
Okay, Arish.
Hmm. Now we are opening this business application studio. Today we'll create an application, and what we'll do is we'll navigate from one view to another view, and we'll see few more changes in that application. Okay, I'm starting this. Meanwhile, we'll see what are routes. Routes define the navigation paths or URLs that can be accessed within the application. When a specific URL or route is accessed, it triggers the navigation to the corresponding target. See, in manifest.json, we have two sections. If you remember, we have two sections. One is called routes and one is called targets. In routes, we'll specify the name of the route. Route means we'll specify our view details. We need to mention some route name for our view. It's not like you will be having only one view. See, if you want to navigate from one view to another view, you should have at least two views, right? Without two views you can't navigate. If you have only one view, you need to develop only in one view. If you want to have two views, then you need to create two views, and you need to mention two routes for it. Okay. Two routes,
Okay.
and it has the three properties: route, pattern, and target. Route has, and in the target you need to mention the target name and the target name and the target name you should specify in the target section. And in the target section, based on the name, you need to specify what is the name of that view, and what is the type of that view. See, view name, view type, and if you want to pass any necessary parameters, you can mention all those additional parameters. Okay, all this can be done using manifest.json. Now, okay, it's not started yet. Okay, steps to navigate from one view to another view. First, we need to define the routes and targets. Okay, that we'll do in manifest.json. Then we'll initialize the router. Initialize the router means we need to call the router class. Okay, create a link or button. See, suppose if you want to navigate from one view to another view, how we'll navigate? On the click of a user button. Suppose if you have a button here, when you click on it, it will navigate to the next screen. Okay, if you see in any application, see, here I am clicking it. When I am clicking here, it's automatically navigating to a different view here. Okay, like this, there has to be some button. Without user event, there won't be navigation from one page to another page, right? So what we'll do is we'll create a button, and when the user clicks on that button, we'll navigate we'll trigger a function. It will trigger a function which automatically handles the navigates to the next screen. In that, it will check whether the route for that particular name exists or not. Then it will navigate to the next screen. Okay, we need to wait. Yeah, it's running. Have you created anything yesterday after the class or today?
No, Harish, I didn't touch at all. But I'm planning to do tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow and day after tomorrow you have very much time, and I'll give an small exercise for you. You please try to do it because it's a small exercise. If you do those exercises, then you will get a feeling that you are learning something. Otherwise, coming to the class daily, attending is will not work. You need to practice. Okay. So now I'm going to create a new project. Okay, we are these are demo apps. Let it be. I'm creating a new one. Okay, file from template. See, if you don't see this project folder automatically, you know, right, how to get that project. You will get like this. You need to uh, open workspace. Yeah, see, this is the folder. If you remember, home user projects. Okay, this is the place where you have your all the projects. Okay, if you don't get try to open that project folder, then you will be able to see all your projects. Okay, now I'm creating a new project. File, project from template. It's activating. I'm going to create a SAP Fiori application. Next, it's loading the template. The basic Fury freestyle application. Next, data source none. Next. So I'm here replacing my view name with first first view. Okay, first view, because I'm going to create multiple views and I want to navigate from one view to another view. That's the reason I'm naming it as first view. When I'm clicking on navigate, this is the project name. Here I am giving the project name as routing app. Here you don't need here if you give capital letters, it will not take. You need to give small letters. Routing app. Okay. Routing and navigation app. Okay.
Yeah, Harish, it seems some fan sound is coming.
Okay. You are able to hear the fan sound. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Give me 2 seconds. I'll decrease the fan. Now is it okay?
Yeah, now it is fine.
Okay. Application namespace is org. See here you can give the organization name. If you don't want to give anything also, it's fine. You can simply leave it empty. Okay. Application title is routing and navigation app. And if you want to use the lower version of libraries, you can use. I'm clicking finish. See, previously you asked what is hash based navigation, right? If you see after hash, what is this is there? This is called the pattern. Okay, this is called pattern. Hash based navigation, which allows you to build single page navigation. See if the hash string is passed and matched against the patterns, which will inform the handlers. Okay, this is called, where is it? This is called the hash, and followed by is the pattern. Okay. Now our app is created. Now we'll open the manifest.json, and now we'll clearly understand what all we have discussed. Okay, in manifest.json, see, if you see very routing, routes, targets. These are all the three config, routes, targets. These are all the important in routing. If you open the routing, see this is in the JSON format. Okay, if you see in routing is starting here and it is ending here. Inside that we have configurations, routes, and targets. Again, where is this routing resides? This is residing in SAP UI5. If you close this, see it's inside the routing. Okay. Now if you see when you created the view, one view is automatically gets created, that is app view. We have created only first view. How come this app view is created? It's created automatically. If you open it, you have the app id, and in the first view you have this page. See, without app container there won't be any page, because it app and page has the aggregation. It's like a parent child relationship. So that's the reason the application has automatically created this app view. Okay, and in the first view you have directly the page. If you access the app without, if you don't have the app view, without you are trying to create a page, it will give you an error. That's the reason the application has reduced some burden for us. It has automatically created this app view. Okay, now we'll discuss each and every thing clearly. See, this again we have this route view. Route view is, it is the starting view. Okay, the name of the route is, this is the address. Routing app is the app. Routing app, in that what is the view means, this is the folder. View is the folder. In that we have this route view called app. Okay, we don't need to mention these extensions. You just need to mention app. And what is the type of that view? It's not written. See, what type of view we are using? We are using XML view. We are not using the JavaScript or HTML view. We are using the XML view. Okay, we are telling that it's an XML. Asynchronous async true is, we are not, it's not waiting for any other view to load. It loads simultaneously. Suppose you are loading app view and first view at a time. It's not like app view will wait until the first view gets loaded. Okay, both will load simultaneously. So that's what we are mentioning here. And we are having one id is the unique identifier. Means suppose we are giving some name in the form of id. Okay, that is called app. Okay, you can give anything, but whatever you have mentioned here, you should mention the same id here. If you mention something here and if you mention something here, it will not work. Okay, now
So
we'll
ID
come.
is a reference element to the app view, correct?
Yeah, it is the unique element. Suppose if you have the id here, and suppose you are creating a button here, and if you are giving again the same id called app, it will give you an error. It will not give you an error here, but see, button b is capital. Okay, see, it is giving the error because app, select a unique id. The current app id has been already used, so you should not use already the app id that is already used in only that particular view. Okay, if it's
Correct.
not like you have used one id in here and you don't want and same name you can't use here. It's not like that. It's related to only that particular view. Okay.
So my question is,
Hmm.
this ID is a reference element to the
Huh.
first view app,
Yes,
correct?
not for C, not for all the application. It's for only this control.
Only this control.
Hmm. Whatever that are there, these two inside tags, na, all this comes under this app. Okay, you can say like that if you are means reference to the whole app. You can say that. And
Okay.
next in the routing we have this configuration, routes and targets. Let us see each. We'll open each and every object and we'll see. Okay, first one is routing configuration. In configuration we are mentioning the router class. What is the type of library that we are going to use in order to instantiate the router class is sap.m.routing.router. Okay, this gets automatically created. We just need to understand what are all these things. Okay, view type is XML. Okay, we are mentioning what is the type of view. We are not using any JavaScript view or HTML view. We are using XML view, and that's what recommended by SAP also to use. Okay, again here we have asynchronous equal to true, which means we are not waiting any other view to load. It's all the views are loading simultaneously. View path means what is the uh, where all the views are located. All the views are located under view folder. So we are giving that address. Routing app is the name of the app and view is the folder name. Control aggregation means once we are loading the app, as I have already told, app has the aggregation of pages. Okay, if you are declaring page without app, then it will throw an error like control aggregation doesn't exist. So here they are already mentioning here it as pages. And what is the control id? That is app. Okay, and clear control aggregation, it is false. Sorry, man. Okay, clear control aggregation means false. Suppose if you are navigating from one view to another view, see, it's saying that control aggregation should be cleared before adding the view. So it's false because when we are navigating from app 2 to the first view, we are not clearing the control aggregation. Means we are not when we are if we are navigating from app view to this view, we are not removing this aggregation. We are asking to put it as it is. So that's the reason they have mentioned false. If you put true, they your app won't work. Okay, see here you have the routes. You need to specify how many routes such much. See, here to here there is a one route. You need to specify as many views as you have. You need to define as many routes as you can. See, if you have four views, then you need to define four routes all under this section. See, this is an array. Array means it can accept many records. This is one record, and the name of the route is first route first view. Means you are creating a route for the first view. You can name it anything. But our application has BAS has automatically created this for you for the first route, because it knows automatically the first view name, so it has automatically created. If you are creating a new view, then you need to create a new record here manually. Okay, this is the query. Query means when you are loading the application, if you want to see here anything, that you need to mention here. We are saying that it's an we are not touching anything. I'll let you know what it is. Okay, we'll put it as it is. And target, we need to specify once what is the target view. We have mentioned a route, right? That name is route first view. When the user accesses this route first view, where you want to navigate, what is the target view? Okay, that we need to mention in targets. In target, we are mentioning the target first view. Okay, then it will check in the target section. In the target section, what is target first view? Whatever the name that we have given here, we need to define that here. And we are mentioning here what is the all the details. View type is XML. Transition is slide. Transition means when you are navigating, what is the transition that you want to see. There are many transitions like flip, slide. They have already given slide. We will let it be. Clear control aggregation. What is the view ID? View ID is the first view. Okay, view ID is the first view. You can give any ID. View name is first view. Okay, now you understood this, or you have any doubts, Rajiv and Vivek?
So you said transition slide. When you
Hmm.
say slide, means the screens will come one after one in a horizontal direction.
Huh. See,
If I want
if
to, yeah,
if you want to give flip, then you can just change this and you can give flip.
oh,
There,
flip.
there
Okay,
might be many
okay,
transitions. Okay, we are right now. I'm giving as flip only. Okay, let it be.
okay. No, before it was slide
Suppose,
actually. Yeah,
yeah, it was slide, but let it be flip also. That's not important for us, right? Okay.
okay.
Hmm. Now this is done. Now we understood what is manifest.json. Now, if you want to navigate from one view to another view, okay, there should also be a second view, right? What I'll do is, there is any whiteboard here. Okay, start a new whiteboard. See, I'm creating three views. This is first view, okay, and this is second view, and this is third view. Okay, now when the user in the first view we have a button, in the second view also we have a button. Okay, when the user clicks on this button, we are telling them to navigate to the second view. Okay, then it will go to the second view. In the second screen, when the user is clicking this button, we are telling it to navigate to third view. Okay, this is the uh, process that we are going to do. Rajiv and Vivek, you understood what we are going to do?
Yeah, yeah, I understood.
Hmm. Okay. Or you have any doubt why we are navigating?
No, nothing yet.
Hmm. Okay. Because that is the basic application. If you see anything, we'll navigate from one view to another view. That's the reason we are focusing on routing and navigation. Okay. See, we have only first view. If you want to navigate from one view to another view, we need to create two more views. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm creating another view. what is that view? I'm calling it as second view. Okay, in order for clear confusion, in order to not having the confusion, so I'm giving the name as second. Okay, see, the naming convention should be like this: second, or you can give any name after that dot view dot xml. Okay, and the third one is third dot view dot xml. Okay, we have created the three views. See, if you see for the first time when we create, it has automatically given us some sample initial code which is required. But if you because you have created this manually, it didn't give anything. So what we need to do is we need to just copy the code, sample code, here, here. Okay, and here you need to define, you need to change the name. Okay, what is this view? This is third view, then you need to give third. Okay, and here it means second view. Okay, now we have created the three views: first view, second view, third view. Now we'll close all these things and see, we have created the first view, second view, third view. It should have the corresponding controller as well. Okay, so if you open the controller folder, you have only one view, one controller, that is for first view. First view has the first controller. What about the second view and third view? You don't have the controller. So we need to create controller folders as well. Second view dot. We need to give the same name what you have given here. See, I am given only second. So okay, I need to give here second view. So I'll change here. You can give anything, but inside this I have given here second view. So here also I given first view, so I'm just changing. You can give anything, rename second view. Okay, and this is third view. Okay, this is done. Now I'm closing all this. Now I'm creating, renaming second view dot controller dot js. Okay, see, second view is created, and now at this we are creating third controller, third view dot controller dot js. Okay, now what we did in view, we need okay, we where is our controller?
You have created a folder, it seems. Third controller.js.
Where is third controller dot js? Okay, the again we'll create third view dot controller dot js. Okay, we have created the three controllers. We'll close and we'll open the first view. See, here also you have some initial code, but in the second view and third view we don't have, so we are just copying and pasting them here. Okay, we just need to change the name. The what is this second view? Sorry, this is second view, that is third view. Second, and this is third. Okay, are you clear till this point?
Yeah, it is clear.
So now you can ask one question: how this second view is related to the second controller, and third view is related to third controller, first view is related to first controller. Means here in the controller name we are defining the its particular controller, its own controller. Routing app is the name of the app, dot followed by controller. Controller means controller folder, and we are telling the what is the name of the controller. Okay.
Yeah, Harish,
Hmm.
sorry for the disturbance.
Okay, tell me.
I'm getting some background, some noise.
Background noise.
Yeah, it's in some TV or something.
Okay, but TV is in the hall.
But the music is coming up here. Even I can listen. Uh,
Okay, now.
Now it is okay, but previously,
Okay, maybe the phone fault
yeah,
maybe. Okay, now we have created three views. Okay, extra two views. Okay, what I told in manifest.json, whenever we create a view, we need to have a route for each view. Okay, so we are going to create two routes. Okay, here you have already one route. Okay, till here it is one route, and now I'm creating another route. I'm copying this only. I'll just change the names. Follow after putting comma, you need to paste it. After putting comma, you need to paste it. Okay. This is the route first view, and now I'm giving route second view. For the second view, I'm creating a route. And when you are navigating to the second view, we are giving a pattern called second. In the when you are navigating, it will show here the value second. Okay, and we'll change this later. And this is the third router, and when it's navigating, we are giving the value third. Okay, see, now we need to give the target name. Here this also you can give anything, but right now this for the first it is automatic as it is. So I'm changing it as only second. Here also, here I'm giving as third. Okay, this is second, this is first, sorry, second, third. Okay, and this is the pattern is third here. Okay, now you understood how we defined the routes. No confusion, right? Same like what we did here, we have done here. Okay, we are just changing the name you can give anything, and the pattern, that is also your wish if you want to, but there should be some name because it's not the initial view. You have to mention here some name. And for the third one also, you can give any name here. Right now, in order to indicate that it is second or third view, so I'm giving here second. You can give anything. Okay, now you need to define this target. You have told that there is a target second view. In the targets you didn't define that, so now you need to define the targets. Okay, like in the target section only, you need to define all those all those two extra targets that we have defined. After comma, you need to paste this. After comma, again you need to paste this. Now you need to change what is that second target name that we have defined, that is target second view. Just copy and paste here. What is the third target name? Target third view. Copy and just paste. A view type is XML only, we don't need to change. Transition flip, let it be. Clear control aggregation false. View ID, view ID is what is the view that it is second view, so we'll give second view only. And what is the view name? View name is also second view. Okay, and the target third view, what is all these things. Okay, and the view ID is third view, we need to give. ID is third view. You can give anything, but view name is, you need to give specifically what you have defined in view section, that is third view. Okay, you don't need to give the extension because we have already mentioned that it is an XML format. Now you can, if you want, if if it looks clumsy, then you can format it by clicking here format document. Okay, now till now you understood.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Routes and targets. Yeah, correct.
Now you understood, right? Why we are defining the routes and targets.
Yes.
Okay. Now we are going to create a button. See, in the title, you need to mention all these texts in I18N, but right now I'm mentioning here only first page. Okay, this is the first view, that's why we are mentioning first page. In the second view, this is the second view in order to understand for us, so I'm mentioning here it as second page. Okay, for the third view I'm mentioning it as third page. Okay, now I want to create a button. So what I'll do is I'll create a button. See, if you know a little bit HTML, right? If you these are the open, this is called opening and this is called closing of tag. If you don't want to close, if you don't want close like this, you can also close like this. Okay, you can close anyway. But if you want to write something inside of it, then you need to open and then you need to close like this. Okay. So in the middle, I want to create a button. In the whatever the structure that you want to create, you need to write inside the button only. Okay, button. I'm defining a button. What is the text for that button? I'm giving as navigate to page 2 or navigate to second view. Okay, I'm on event. See, when the user clicks on that button, something should happen. That will write in controller. So we need to specify the function name. Okay, that event is called press. Means on press, what should happen? So we are creating some on function. So I am giving here on button press. Okay, this is the function name. We have given here text and we have given here press, and I'm closing the tag. If you see, you can see this an error, means it's showing some error. Why this error is showing? I have told one thing, for every UI control ID is the must. So that's the reason it was giving a red border. So what I'll do is I'll give an ID to this button. What is this ID? ID BTN. Okay, once you give the ID, that error is gone. So I'm clicking on control save. Now our view is saved. Okay, we'll also create one button in second view as well. We are changing the ID. Navigate to the third view. When the button when there is a on the button on the second view should navigate to third view. On button press, let it be. Okay, now let's just run this application first. How we'll run? You can run using this or you can run using terminal. Now I'm using terminal. First I'll go inside the routing app, cd space routing app. When I press enter, it goes inside to it. Now npm run. See, I'm running on Fury Launchpad. Okay, I don't want to run on Fury Launchpad. Npm run start no flp. Right, this is the one, right?
You need to clear, no? First.
Okay,
No?
okay. Clearing is just for our understanding. See, if you see it's a clumsy, then you can clear. See, it's automatically navigated to the first page and navigate to second view. When the user clicks on it, it should navigate to the second view. But we haven't written any code in the controller to navigate. Okay, so now
But you created a function, right? Yeah.
no, we just mentioned that we are going to create a function. Now we need to now you need to write about this function in controller. So suppose I have a button in view 1. I want to create a function. I have to create, because I have mentioned here press is button, on button press. Now I need to go to controller, and on which controller I need to write. This is for the first view. Which controller I need to write?
Second page.
Huh?
No, no, the app controller.
No. See, this is first view view.xml. How will you write on app controller? You need to write in first view controller. Every view has its own controller. You need to write on its own
Okay.
controller. You are confused here? Are you con
You created a function called on press
See, I
button.
didn't create it. I am telling that it has a function on button press. Now you need
Correct.
to create this function in the controller. So I am
No,
asking, in which control we have this many controllers. I am
yes,
asking which controller we need to define.
first controller.
It-
If you are
It's
writing something
corresponding
in
controller.
first, its corresponding controller. Okay. So on init function we are not doing anything. So we are after on init function we are writing a new function. So I am just putting comma here, and I am creating a new function like this. Okay. Okay, like this. Now you need to define a router. Where o router equal to, this is a variable. You can give anything. For our understanding, I am giving var o router. Okay, now you need to go to sdk demo kit. In API reference, you need to enter UI component. See, we already initialized the router. Where we have initialized the router? In component.js. See, we are already router we are initializing, but we need to get router for router in where the router is in UI component. Okay, in UI component, if you see, there are many methods. In methods, if you see get router class, get router. Okay, again you have here get router for, means we are telling which router we need to get. Okay, so I am copying this library, so I am pasting. Where we need to paste? We need to paste here, and in the brackets you need to mention for this view. Okay, then we need to we need to use this router, and after putting dot c, now you need to open this router class. Now we have opened router. Now what you want to do? You want to navigate. So there are many there are many methods for it. So we need to check nav to. This is the method. array. This is the method which we'll use in order to navigate from one view to another view. Dot nav to. In the brackets, you need to mention to which view you want to navigate. Which view you want to navigate from first view to? Which view we want to navigate?
Second
Can
view,
an,
right?
you can navigate to second view or third view. It's our wish. But in our current scenario, we are navigating to the second view. What is the route name for second view? It's route second view. The name we need to pick it from here, and we are telling to the first view, when the user clicks that button, please navigate to the route second view. Route second view is nothing but our, what is the target second view. Target second view is nothing but our second view. So when you click on that button, it automatically navigates to the second view. It's loading. When you see, I'm clicking this button, it's navigate to the second view. It's not navigated. There is some error. Let's see what error is. App is not found. Okay, we cleared some. We didn't copy it correctly. In the second, in the first, sorry, first SAP. See here we have didn't copy it completely, so it was throwing that error. If you see in the console, you can see the errors. Okay, so now maybe in third view also we have done the same mistake. Okay, now I cleared. Now it's automatically gets reloaded whenever you change something here in the code. See, it's navigated to the second view automatically. But see, see, now it is in second view. I'll show from starting. See, it's flipping. If you see, it was flipping because you have the transition as flipped. Sorry, flip. Uh, when I click on navigate to second view, it's navigate to second view. On the second page, we have one more button. Now to third view, but we haven't defined anything for this third view. Okay, in the second view we have the button. Where is the second view? We are closing all these things. In the second view we have a button. Now you need to write a function for this press, and we need to tell that you need to navigate to third view. Where you need to write this press function? Its corresponding controller. What is the corresponding controller? Second view controller. Okay, so I'm putting here comma, and I'm writing again a new function. I'll just copy from here and we'll paste it here, but you need to change here the route name. So I'm giving here third. Okay, I'm saving. See, okay, I'll remove this. If I press enter, navigate to second view. See, it's navigated to the second view. When I'm clicking this, it's navigating to the third view. In the third view, we didn't created anything. If you see, open the third view, we didn't have anything. It's a empty page. So that is the reason in third view it has the empty. Now in the manifest.json we have for each target we have defined some patterns, right? Let's open the manifest.json. See, we have defined some patterns. See, this is the second pattern is second, pattern is third. If you see the pattern, that pattern will be visible here. Okay, now you understood why we have used pattern. This is the second. If you see for the second view, the pattern is second. Okay,
Yeah.
now you understood how we are navigating from one view to another view. Okay, see, now we are on the third view. If the user anyone can come and when they click here and they can navigate to any view. If I give here like this third, we don't need to press button or anything. It's automatically shows the third view. If you give here second, it's automatically navigates to the second view. We don't need to click button or anywhere because it based on the pattern it matches which view it has. If there exists any view, then it will navigate to that view. Suppose let us assume you are entering here some incorrect value. Instead of second or third, if you are giving fourth, let us assume we are giving fourth, we don't have any fourth view. What it will do, let's see. See, it's become a blank page. Means it's unable to find that particular route. See, if you see in the manifest.json, we don't have any that route name with fourth, which has the pattern called fourth. See, we have the pattern called second, we have a pattern called empty, we have a pattern called third, but we don't have any pattern called fourth. That's why it was throwing an error and it took us to a blank.
blank page. Okay, it didn't even show here also. So now what we'll do is we'll create a new view where we'll define if the if the pattern is false, means the user is entering other than any other thing which we don't have. Suppose if the user is entering any other pattern, trying to access any other pattern which we don't have, then we need to tell them that URL is unavailable or the URL is false. Okay, that message we need to display. For that we need to create an again a view, and there we need to mention uh, that URL that you are trying to access is not available. Okay, that message you need to display. So for that what we'll do is we'll create another view. Okay, new file, that is not found dot view dot xml. Okay, and you need to create its corresponding controller as well. So new file, not found dot controller dot js. Okay, I'm just copying the third controller's code into not found controller, and I'm just changing here name not found. Not okay, it's not found, not found view, it's just not found. Okay, I'm saving. In not found xm not found dot view dot xml we don't have any code, so I'm copying third views code and let's paste that here. And you need to change the controller name. What is the controller name? Not found. Okay, we have successfully created not found view and controller. Now you need to define the routes and targets in manifest.json. Okay, we'll go to the manifest.json, and we first you need to define the router. I think we don't need. Okay, let's try. You need to give one property. If the user is entering the pattern other than other than these three, other than the patterns that we have, then we'll automatically take him to the not found view. That we are going to do. Okay, that we'll done using bypassed. It will bypass you. Okay, it will bypass the view to that particular target. Okay, bypassed. Here it is an object. Here you can give as many as you can, and here you need to mention the target, and then you need to mention here what is the name of that view. Okay, you need to mention the target. Now you are creating a target not found. You don't need any router, I guess, for this. Let's see. Without creating the router, we'll see target not found. This is the target. It will automatically takes when you don't have any pattern that is matching. Okay, now we need to define that target not found here. Okay, first we'll copy this and then we paste here. Okay, and then we need to replace the target view with target not found. Okay, target not found, XML flip, everything is okay. Just need to change the view name. Not found. Okay, when I save here, our application gets automatically loaded, and when I click, it's navigating to second view. When I click, it's navigating to third view. But when I want to, I'm entering here any incorrect value like something. Now I'm reloading it. I- It's automatically navigated to third page. Arre, why it's automatically navigating to third page? We have given here target not found, not found, not found. in not found.view.xml. Okay, in here, see here we have given the title as third page. We are thinking that it's navigating to third page, but in the pattern it's showing third view only. Let's see. See, I'm giving here some dummy name. See, it's navigated to not found page. If you give any other garbage value which we don't have the patterns, then it will automatically navigate to the not found view. So in this case, we if you want to define anything, you can define, you want to show some error message, you can show. So I'm trying to show an error message. We have some one control called illustrated message. Okay, see, illustrated message. Okay, now I'm trying to do this illustrated message. See, as you, when you click I, you automatically have this thing. So I don't want this, I will close it in one line. Okay, in that thing, if you want to what are the things that you want to give? I want to give one picture, so illustration type. See, it automatically took something when I give this illustration message. So illustration type equal to SAP illus dash. See, here you have many different types, illustration types. Now I want to show an error screen. You can mention that error screen here. Okay, and if you open, if you see, you will see a different picture with error screen. See, unable to upload data. See here, this is the picture that we are asked to show here. Okay, now I want to change this title, unable to upload data. This is not our error. I want to give a different error. So we have one, if you go back, you have many properties. In the properties, if you see the title, see, you have this title. In the title you need to mention invalid URL. Okay, I'm saving. If you instead of unable to upload the data, you will get invalid URL. See, invalid URL. Now I don't want the description also. I want to edit the description also. You can again search for a new property, description. See, in the description, whatever you mention, it comes automatically there. Description equal to, please check the URL and try again. Okay, see, till now you understood, right? You both not found XML,
Yes, yes, yes,
or it
Alex.
is confusing?
Yeah, it is little confusing, but I'll go through the video recording again and again. So, understand.
Means you are not aware of how to use this SDK, na? That's the reason you may be confused. But once you understand how to use this API reference, then you will understand easily. Okay, I used this description, I used this properties. You didn't understand, I think.
Yeah.
You will, once you learn how to use this SDK, how to use those properties in your application, then you can understand how it works and all. Okay. Now see, in if you see the controller in the second view, we are every time calling this router. Third view, sorry, in the second view and first view, every time we are calling this router. Okay, all this related to one application only. Why can't we create a another controller where we'll write the all the methods which we'll use again and again. Okay, then from there you can access them automatically, right? Instead of writing every time we are calling these classes, right? So what we'll do is we'll define another controller where we'll write all these all the important which we are going to use in all these four controllers. We can write in a separate controller and we can just call them instead of writing every time. Okay, so that is like a base controller. This is also one of the most important question that they'll ask. What we'll do if you want to reuse the code again and again in all the four or five controllers whatever you have, then you in that case you can tell that I'll create a controller, new controller. I'll name it as, you can name it anywhere, but we'll call it as a base controller. From that base controller, all the other controllers will inherit those base controller. Okay, it's like a parent, and all these four controllers are the child controllers. Okay, now I'm going to create a new file called base controller, base controller.js. Okay, now I have created a base controller. Now I need to have some basic code that you can copy from here. So I am pasting it here. I don't want this button press, I don't want this on in it. Okay, I'm just putting as it is. So now if you see the first controller, it is where this controller is getting from. This is the SAP library. From there it's inheriting the controller. Okay, now in the base controller, it's inheriting from the controller. So now you want to use the methods from the base controller in all the other controllers. Then the base controller is already inheriting from the SAP libraries. Now what we'll do is we'll inherit from the base controller. Okay, uh, in here we'll inherit the properties of base controller instead of taking from directly from the library, because the base controller is automatically getting the libraries from the SAP UEFI libraries. Okay, now we'll define, instead of taking this as a inherited method, inherited library, we'll take is base controller. What is the address of base controller? It's inside the routing app. Inside the routing app, where it is, it's in the controller folder. It's in the controller folder, and inside the controller where it is here. What is the name? Base controller. You don't need to give extension, it's automatically knows it's a JS folder. Okay, here we are, we have defined. Now you need to uh, use this controller here, and we are extending the base controller. See, now this base controller is now the first view is in it getting its properties from base controller, and the base controller is getting its properties from UI5 controllers. Okay, now we have defined this, and we have defined this in second view also. So instead of writing every time this, if you write this in base controller, you can use them in any controller. Okay, now I want to write this thing, so I am creating a function get router info. Okay, I am creating this own function. Okay, I'm writing this. I'm writing this, and I'm returning O router. What this function do when you call this? It will give you O router. Okay, instead of writing this line every time, if you uh, if you remove this and using the this keyword, you can call this get router info. Okay, instead of writing this every time, you can call just by using this, because this is the parent one. Base controller is already we are inheriting. Okay, same thing you need to same thing that you need to do in second and third controller as well, even on not found. first we'll do line by line. We'll do second view, base controller, and here instead of writing this, you can replace with the simple code get router info. This router info we are getting from base controller. Okay, let's go to the third view. Here we are not writing anything, but let's just get them inherited. Base controller, base controller, and in the not found, base controller, base controller, sorry, base controller, base controller. Okay, now let's just see our application is running okay or it is having any problem. See, it's on the first page. When I'm clicking on navigate to second page, it's not okay. There is error. See, it has some error. Target first view routing app controller first view controller.js routing app controller first view of object. Target, what's the error now? We are inheriting from the base controller first view. Okay, in the base controller, see, we have didn't change the name here. You need to have the base controller here. Now we load. See, now it's loaded. When I click on navigate to second view, it's navigate to the second view. When I click on third view, it's navigated to the third view. If I enter any false value, it's navigating to the invalid URL. Okay, now we are good. Okay, now if you want to pass the data from one view to another view, okay, and suppose there is one input field. Okay, now we'll define an input field. In the first view, let us assume we have an input field. Input, okay, input id equal to some id for input, id input, and let's just close this input. Okay, now see, on the first view you have created an input. Okay, this is a big input, so we can simply decrease the length by giving width equal to all these properties you can find in the SDK. If you do daily, you will note it by the properties. See, now we will having the small input field. Now if I am entering, suppose here, some value, you want to pass that value to the second page, you can do that. Okay, now in the first controller, when I'm telling that you navigate to the second view, at the same time you need to pass that value. Okay, I'm giving, after comma I'm giving that one object. You can pass more values also, so I'm passing the value. You can give any property here. You can give input or anything. You can give any value here, and you need to get that value what the user has entered. Var value. So in this variable we are storing whatever the value that is entered by the user. How to get that value? See, this is the main code that you need to perform in order to get that value. This dot get view by id means it will based on id. What is the id of that particular UI element input? It's an id input.
when you give get value, it gets that value to us and it will store in this value field, and that value you can mention here. Okay, but before that you have wrote here, and in the manifest.json also, along with the it comes after the pattern. So after pattern you need to tell, by putting slash, you need to tell what is the property that you are passing. I am passing the input property to the next page. So by putting the flower brackets inside it, you need to mention that I am passing the value with the input property. Okay, now I am reloading the application. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5. When I navigate to the second view, what it will do is it takes this value to the next page. See, if you see here in the URL, it's taking 1 2 3 4 5 along with it. Okay, now that 1 2 3 4 5 you can process in this view. Okay, suppose you don't want to pass any value, it's not let us assume you may pass a value or you may not pass a value. So that is also you can define. Means if you have given here these flower brackets, right, it means it's mandatory it is mandatory to send a value from one view to another view. If you don't pass, it will give you an error. So what we'll do is, if instead of you may pass or you may not pass, so if you give here these dots, it means that value is not mandatory, you can pass or you may not pass. So now I am refreshing. So I'm not entering anything. When I'm clicking on navigate to the second view, it simply navigates. If you give also, it's fine. I'm giving some number, it's navigated. If you give, if you don't give, it's your wish. So, and now I want to pass one more value along with it. You can still do that. I'm giving comma, and I want to pass my name also, and I am hard coding here that value. Okay, I'm passing my name, and I'm passing my role as well, Fury consultant. Okay, you can do that. Okay, but you in the manifest.json you need to mention whether they are along with the properties, you need to mention whether they are mandatory or not mandatory. If means they are, if you give these two dots, it means they are not mandatory. Along with the name, what I'm passing, name and role also. See, now I'm reloading. I don't want to give any value, but we have already configured these two values. Then it will show these values. Navigate to see. If you see, after slash, it didn't give anything because we didn't give any value. After that, Harish, and followed by Fury consultant. Here percentile 20 is the space. Okay, here percentile 20 is called space. Okay. Uh, oh, I hope you understand the routing and navigation concept, Rajiv and Vivek.
Yeah, somewhat understood.
Hmm.
I'll go through
Exactly.
it once again.
See
If I
what
get it,
we did this thing. Navigate to third view. We did this, right?
yeah.
Navigating to the main view, navigating to the not found view, what is base controller, navigating to the next view by passing parameters. These are called the parameters. Okay, these are called the
Hmm.
parameters. Okay, we have seen all these things. I thought of giving you an introduction to SDK, but it is almost 10. Okay, so uh, I'll give a brief introduction because I'm going to give an exercise, so that's the reason I want to cover, but I'll not take your much time. Okay, see, this is the SDK. This is called the demo kit, where you have all the SAP UI5 libraries. uh, see if you on the left side you have all the UI controls, action sheet, add bookmark button. Okay, when you open this, you can see the different types of examples. If I open the button, I have two examples: a button with a badge and button. See, I'll open each and every one and each and every control, and let's see how it works. In the button you have different types of buttons: default button, accept, reject, coming soon, how to put a button in here, how to put a button beside the title here, and all it will show. When you open it, you will able to see the code. Okay, uh, in the next page, you have a button with a badge, means here you have one number, right? That is called the badge. When if you increase it, it will automatically increase. How these are all handled, you can see the code here. Okay, like this you can refer to the many samples from the list of here. Okay, you need to open each and every control, and you need to see how it works and all. That is very important, because whenever a requirement comes, you don't need to then search each and every control. If you have all the controls in mind, then you can when a requirement comes, you can automatically comes in a mind that you can use this control. Okay, and the next is what is SDK? SDK is a software development package provided by SAP. You can using it as a learning platform. This tutorial, this SDK contains documentation, sample code, all this it contains. Okay. Now API reference. See, if you see here, you have the API reference. Okay, I'll teach about the API reference later, because you need to understand it more. So we are in a hurry now, so I'm not going to explain you the API references, but I'm going to give you an exercise. Okay, you need to create a registration form. Okay, you need to create a registration form, and I made your life simple. You need to just, I have mentioned the type of UI control that you need to use. See, for name I'm asking you to use input, for surname I'm asking you to use input, for date of birth date picker. I have given all the UI controls as well. You just need to use them and create me a registration form that you will show on next class. Okay, is it okay for you,
You will try,
Rajiv?
Harish.
It's an easy thing, because you have already the code. You have the button code already. When you open, you can see like this. You have all the, if you I have already given you what is the type of UI control, that is input. When you open input, see again, in the input we have different types of input. So open the input, which, see here you have input. When you open it, you have already the input field, so you have the code here. Just copy and paste it over. You just change the names. Your work is done. Like this, try to create all these things, then you will get the doubts. If you have if you have anything, then you will get the doubts. You can ask me on Monday. Okay,
Yeah, okay.
I'll share this
Okay.
thing with you. Please try to do it, because without doing you can't learn anything. Okay, uh, without saying won't learn won't you can learn anything, because it's a coding language. You need to practice, then only you will know. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Okay, thank you
Okay, Harish.
Rajiv, thank you Harish,
Yeah,
sorry,
thank
thank you Rajiv,
Okay,
thank you
bye.
Vivek. Bye bye.
you. Bye.
Okay, bye bye.